Welcome everyone. Today, we will explore another interesting topic that has become increasingly relevant in recent years. Understanding remote workplace dynamics. As more companies shift to remote and hybrid work models, we are seeing a fundamental change in how workplace interactions and communications take place. While remote work offers flexibility and convenience, it also introduces challenges that organizations must navigate carefully, especially when it comes to preventing bullying and ensuring team cohesion. We'll explore the unique dynamics of remote workplace and how they differ from traditional office environments, and what this means for managing relationships, team interactions, and potential conflicts. After going through this lecture, you will have a solid understanding of the opportunities and challenges that come with remote work, and you will be better equipped to create and maintain healthy, respectful environments in virtual teams. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to understand the key differences between remote and in-person workplace dynamics, identify common challenges related to communication, isolation, and team cohesion in remote work, learn strategies to build trust, foster collaboration, and prevent conflict in virtual environments. Let's begin by looking at how remote workplace differ from traditional in-person office settings. In a physical office, employees naturally connect through face-to-face conversations, meetings, and casual encounters in shared spaces. These interactions help build relationships, resolve misunderstandings quickly, and establish a sense of community. In contrast, remote workplaces rely on digital communication. Emails, messaging apps, video calls where tone and context can sometimes be lost. Without the physical cues we rely on in face-to-face interactions, such as body language or facial expressions, communication can be misinterpreted more easily. This makes it harder to build the same level of trust and understanding that occurs naturally in person. Additionally, remote work introduces distance, not just physical, but emotional and psychological. Employees might feel isolated, disconnected from their team, or uncertain about how to communicate effectively. This isolation can contribute to miscommunication, misunderstanding, or even feeling of exclusion. Remote work comes with specific challenges that can affect team dynamics and workplace culture. Let's explore a few key areas. As mentioned earlier, communication in a remote setting lacks the non-verbal cues that we often rely on in in-person conversations. A message that might sound neutral in an email could come across as cold or harsh, especially if the sender isn't clear or careful with their tone. Over time, these small misunderstandings can accumulate, leading to frustration or even conflict. Remote workers can sometimes feel like they are on an island, especially if they are the only team member working from home while others are in the office. This sense of isolation can be worsened if they are left out of meetings, discussions, or decision-making processes. Over time, these feelings of exclusion can lead to disengagement or resentment, which can affect their performance and well-being. Lack of spontaneous interaction. In a traditional office, employees often resolve minor conflicts or clarify issues informally through a quick hallway chat or lunch break conversations. In a remote setting, these opportunities for spontaneous, casual interactions are missing. Without these moments, misunderstandings might not be addressed quickly, and a small issue can escalate. Building and maintaining strong team relationships is harder when team members aren't physically together. Remote teams often struggle with maintaining a sense of connection and shared purpose. Without intentional efforts to foster team building, remote workers may feel disconnected from the team's goals and culture. To manage these challenges, organizations need to be intentional in how they create a supportive and inclusive remote work environment. Here are some strategies to consider. In remote teams, clarity is key. Leaders should set the expectation that messages, emails, and meetings be direct, respectful, and thoughtful. It's also helpful to encourage over-communication. Employees should be comfortable asking for clarification when something is unclear, and leaders should proactively check in with team members to ensure everyone is on the same page. Virtual teams need to make an extra effort to foster a sense of belonging. This can be done through regular check-ins, virtual team building activities, or informal chat channels that encourage employees to connect on a personal level. Leaders should also ensure that remote workers are included in all relevant meetings and decisions, so they feel as engaged as their in-office counterparts. Using technology thoughtfully. Remote work relies on technology, but it's important to use the right tools for the right tasks. For example, complex or sensitive discussions should happen over a video call rather than email, where tone can be misinterpreted. Instant messaging platforms can be great for quick questions, but should not replace more formal methods of communication when clarity is needed. Trust is critical in remote work. Managers should be transparent about team goals, expectations, and progress. Employees should feel that they can ask questions and share concerns without judgment. Regular feedback loops can help maintain transparency and keep everyone aligned with the team's objectives. Let me tell you a story about a tech startup that shifted to a fully remote work model. The team had been used to working together in an office, but after the shift, one employee, Grace, started feeling increasingly isolated. Grace noticed that she was often left out of key decision-making meetings, as they were happening informally between the manager and in-office team during coffee breaks or lunch. As a result, Grace felt out of the loop and started disengaging from her work. Once Grace spoke up, the manager realized the issue wasn't intentional exclusion, but rather a lack of thoughtfulness about including remote workers. To fix this, the manager started holding regular virtual check-ins with the entire team, ensuring everyone had an equal voice in meetings. Over time, Grace felt more connected and the team regained its cohesion. Moral of the story? When employees feel included and connected, they're more engaged and productive. It takes intentionality to ensure that remote workers feel as valued as in-office team members. Think of a remote team like a puzzle. Each person is a piece that contributes to the overall picture. But if one piece is missing or isn't fitting in correctly, the puzzle remains incomplete. In a remote workplace, it's easy for certain employees to feel like they don't fit into the bigger picture, especially if they are working from distance. As a manager or team leader, it's your job to ensure that every piece of the puzzle is accounted for and placed in the right spot, so the team can function as a cohesive whole. For your next assignment, I would like you to analyze a remote or hybrid work team and identify 3 key challenges that they might face in maintaining positive workplace dynamics. Propose solutions for each of these challenges, focusing on communication, inclusion, and team cohesion. That's it for today's lecture. Next time, we'll focus on preventing bullying in virtual teams and explore ways to create a positive remote work environment. Thanks for your attention, and I look forward to our discussion next time.